People ask me why I'm running for Congress. I know how difficult it is for Americans on Main Street these days because I've been running a small business for 16 years and the government doesn't make it easy for us. Right now in our state we have the highest per capita debt with the highest cost of living in the lower 48 states and the most difficult state to retire to besides 2 other states. And it doesn't have to be that way. We have a great state with great people, it's beautiful, and it's just being mismanaged. We're not in a hopeless situation. And if everyone does a little bit, we could really turn the state around. That's my feeling. I actually envision my career, even in my 20s, as going back and forth between the public sector and the private sector. I feel really connected with the people. I've been campaigning now for over a year, almost a year and a half, and I've met over 1,000 people on the campaign trail, and I really enjoy the whole process, the competitiveness of it, talking with people about the issues. I basically have 3 main goals for the campaign. The first is to strengthen the economy, the second is to defend the Constitution, and the third is to protect our homeland. I'm a strong believer in the Second Amendment, the right to bear arms. Everyone should have the ability to protect our country, our state, our homes, and our families. I think it's pretty simple, self-explanatory. I live in Kent. I run a small business called the Bicycle Tour Company. My family moved to Connecticut in the 1930s to escape from Nazi-occupied Austria. I went to Hobart College. I studied economic development and Asian studies. My honors thesis was the debt crisis and underdevelopment, a critical examination of U.S. imperialism in the periphery. I also spent a summer working on Wall Street for Citibank. So a combination of my international experience running a small business, working for a major bank, all translates into being uniquely qualified for this job. I've lived in a third world country for a year with the family, so I know what that's like. And also have spent 3 years abroad, living in Europe, in Belgium, traveling with some of the top cyclists of my generation, including Lance Armstrong at races all over the planet, including the Tour de France and the Tour of Spain. I've written 2 books on the American Revolution, one on revolutionary battles and another one on revolutionary Connecticut. There's 25 tours, the major battles from Quebec, Canada to Savannah, Georgia. There's 1,000 miles of routes. They're Revolutionary War routes designed for Revolutionary War enthusiasts, but since I run a bicycle tour company, I tried to keep the routes in mind for cyclists, connecting hundreds of Revolutionary War sites for these themed tours. The Western New England Greenway was my idea. We could have a bike route go from New York to Montreal through Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Vermont. We're trying to connect the river roads along the Housatonic River in our region. I've been leading trips in this region for about 30 years. We did a study, and based on the study, an additional $4 million of revenue will be coming to our area just directly as a result of the Greenway. I was in the Scouts, I'm an Eagle Scout. The Scout motto is be prepared. Things are difficult, and you think about someone like Colonel William Ledyard, who surrendered at Fort Griswold at Groton Heights in Connecticut, and he surrendered his sword, and then the British officer actually stabbed him with his own sword and massacred 88 patriots. And I think about that, like on my Judgment Day, someone like that who gave their life for our freedom. I feel an obligation, and I'm trying to do everything I can to keep our country on track. And our freedom is a price, and it doesn't come for free, and we have to work and protect it. People are really anywhere from being extremely frustrated to off the scale angry. I'm in alignment with that. I'm very much feeling that way right now, and that's one of the reasons why I'm running for office. It gives me a way to channel my energy in a really positive way and try to turn this country and state around.